Hey guys, welcome to this episode today, which we are going to be talking about a new product that is launched by Sonos today. This is the Sonos Roam. So a lot of leaks have already passed out, and you must have read a lot about the Sonos Roam already. But look at the screen here. I have just attended the Sonos media brief for this new product, and I'm going to share with you what I have learned from the actual media brief itself. Come, let's go in. I'm going to be pausing at appropriate moments in the video so I can talk you through as to what we are looking at on the screen here. Now, this is the Sonos Roam. This is in white, and let's see whether they have another color. Okay, no, that's the one in black that's on the car dashboard right now. So if you look at the size, it's barely past the center aircon vent, and if you look at the size of the speaker in the hands, you realize that it's actually not very big at all. Now, if you, there you go. Yep, here you go. So I'm pausing this video right here. If you look at where the fingers are, it's probably going to be about this size. This is about 6 to 7 inches. I'll go through the detailed specs in a while, but meanwhile, this, you're going to be holding this. It is much, much smaller than the Sonos Move. In fact, it is about 1/6 the size of the Sonos Move in terms of volume. Weight-wise, specs-wise, I'll talk about it in a little bit. I'm just stepping through the video to go through the different functions and how it looks. Waterproofing. So this is rated for IPX67, which means to say it is dust and water resistant. You can dunk the whole speaker into water, submerge it 30 minutes, and it will still come out working as it should. That's the dust resistant part. So there's a lot of sand, but not that I want to try that. I don't think I'll be bringing this to the beach and risking the sand marring the finishing, but it's probably just not my thing. I'm a little bit OCD in that sense. Okay, play. This video here, this part here, where it's being knocked over by a skateboard and where it's being dropped onto the ground into a pool of water, and looks like there's some sports activities happening. So it really tries to tell you that it is supposed to be very hardy and very sturdy. This next feature here, swap. So you long press and the speaker sound will transfer to another Sonos speaker that you've set up in your house. So this Sonos Roam actually operates both on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So whatever you're playing on the Bluetooth, when you're out of the house, you come back home, you can transfer it to the speaker. How it works in reality, I would need to get my hands on the speaker to see how smoothly it actually transfers the sounds. Okay, so you got some friends. It feels easy, feels like Sonos. So, it's supposed to be easy to use. Oh, we missed something there. Easy to use. Look right there. That is the Qi or key or Qi, the Qi wiring port. If you look at this particular screen cap here, that is the wireless charging dock. It operates on the Qi standard. So any Qi wireless charging pad that you use to charge your phone currently will be able to charge the Sonos Roam. But the one that is being featured here, it is a wireless one that is magnetically attached to the Sonos Roam, and it will fit very nicely. It will look like it is made for the Sonos Roam. Well, not that it looks like, it is made for the Sonos Roam. So it is an extra purchase. It won't come with the Sonos Roam. I'll go through the specs in a while, and we can go right into the details. So introducing the Sonos Roam, the portable smart speaker for all your listening adventure. Take brilliant sound everywhere you go with the Sonos Roam. So this Sonos Roam speaker, it is like the Sonos Move that was introduced previously. The Sonos Move is a rather large speaker. 10 hours, 11 hours battery life, and this one has 10 hours battery life. Maybe there will be more details that we'll go in, but in summary, it operates over Wi-Fi and you can listen on the go with Bluetooth. And it has voice assistant that is built in as well. It is waterproof, IPX67, dust resistant, and water resistant. You can dump it in water for 30 minutes, comes out, it still works. Okay, let's go on to the features. Okay, this animation here, where it's going, that is the magnetic Qi charging port. It goes on and the LED light comes on to signal that it is charging. So it charges wirelessly. Well, there's still a wire behind it. But anyway, I have not seen a proper shot of this Sonos Roam with the back shot. So apparently there's one button for connect at the back to your LAN or to your Bluetooth, and another port, which is a USB-C port for charging. All right, so let's go through this one by one. Sonos connects to your Wi-Fi network, so this operates over Wi-Fi like any other Sonos speaker that you have. It also works over Bluetooth. When you're out of the house, this still carry on working, and this is very much like how the Sonos Move works. Enjoy up to 10 hours of continuous playback on a single charge. So there is a built-in battery. If it doesn't, if you are playing sounds throughout, I think at moderate levels, it will go for about 10 hours. If it is not being used, the moment the music stops, it goes to sleep, and it should save power for up to 10 days. And well, I've touched on the charger. This is any Qi wireless charger. Drop it on any Qi wireless charger and you'll be able to charge the Sonos Roam. So this is a vertical or horizontal positioning. If you wait, okay, you can stand the speaker up on this way. You can pair them wirelessly, so you will get a stereo image. If you look at the back of it, when the speaker drops again, you'll see four small rubber snub where you are able to place the speaker on the side. So this IP67 rated, is waterproof and is dustproof. Sound swap, this is the feature I was talking about. It enables you to just press and cast the sound from this Sonos Roam speaker to the nearest Sonos speaker in your house. So it goes by spatial recognition of, not spatial recognition, it is aware of which Sonos speaker is near you and you'll be able to cast it to there. I suppose this works better for the new Sonos 5, the Sonos Arc, anything that is relatively new, launched recently, they will be able to detect which one is nearby. Okay, let's go into the specifications. So audio, 2 Class H amplifiers. So there's one custom racetrack mid-woofer. I saw the image earlier. It is an elliptical shape driver. It's at the top of the speaker itself here, and there is another tweeter that is at the bottom. So this is your mid woofer and one tweeter powered by 2 Class H amplifier. High efficiency moto. This one, the moto is for the mid woofer, I suppose. It increases power and range. So if you look at the Sonos Roam, it looks really small, really tiny. And I believe that this will be the smallest Sonos speaker that has ever been produced. And I'm very curious if they were able to keep the big sound. Now, I recall when I first heard the Sonos Play 1, I was astonished, when the bass came out. I was like, how is it reasonable that speaker, that small enclosure, is able to produce that much bass? So, an interplay of DSP and an interplay of custom drivers, of drivers that has high excursion and powerful enough amplifiers, efficient enough amplifiers, you will be able to produce that kind of sound that, bellies the size of the speaker. So I'm prepared to be wowed by this Sonos Roam speaker, right? This size, nothing bigger than what you can hold in your palm, in one fist, in one hand. And I want to hear how big the sound comes out. So the usual adjustable EQ and for the bass and the treble and the loudness is all there. Far field microphone array. So this one means that it is able to activate voice assistance. Now, I did check with Sonos and asked if you could use this as a speaker phone, like if you are working from home, if you could use it to go into your video conference, it should be great. But unfortunately, the mic is not for voice calls, is not for picking up. There's no voice profile where you are able to use it as a speakerphone. So the mic is for your voice assistant, and the mic is for your auto Trueplay, which is the last feature that we're going to be talking about here. So the Sonos Move, you don't actually have to activate Trueplay. It automatically tunes itself whenever it senses that it has been moved and it is on Wi-Fi network. That is for the Sonos Move. But for the Sonos Roam, they have actually enabled it such that auto Trueplay can be activated even when you're out of reach of Wi-Fi. Even when connected via Bluetooth, it will still auto Trueplay itself to tune the speaker for the best sound regardless of where you are. And apparently that feature is going to be enabled for the Sonos Move as well. I heard it in passing. I'm not sure whether I'm accurate or I heard it correctly, but it sounds like it should be transferred to the Sonos Move. So good news for the Sonos Move owners. Software-wise, this is going via the Sonos S2 app, the Bluetooth line-in. This is a big feature. The Bluetooth line-in actually groups any Bluetooth audio to your Sonos system, to other Sonos speakers in the house. So can you imagine? I think a couple of videos ago, we were talking about how we can get Bluetooth into the Sonos system. With this particular speaker here, you're going to buy that speaker, you Bluetooth whatever you want to Bluetooth to that speaker, and you will be able to cast the sound to the rest of the Sonos network speakers, which is in your network. So just think about what that means, all right? If you have a music player that has no AirPlay, or if you have an Android TV box or an Android TV that uses Bluetooth and you want the sound to go through your entire Sonos network, this speaker is the key to it. I just need to find out whether there is a delay and whether there's a latency. If there's no latency, this feature alone, forget about the speaker, forget about the battery and the portability. This function alone itself is worth its asking price for Bluetooth connectivity into the Sonos system. So of course it syncs wirelessly and seamlessly into the whole multi-room setup that you have. Sound swap, it swaps the sound between your Sonos speakers. So you can, there was a swap function that we were talking about, the video was showing earlier, that you press you press the button on the Sonos Roam and you'll be able to cast the sound and the music will pick up from where you are to the nearest speaker in your Sonos home setup. Or you could actually take the music away from the Sonos home setup into the room and you walk out of the door and you'll still keep playing. Okay, so here you have your Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. It is hardwired to the mic array. Not sure what that means. Okay, and as usual, it supports more than your 100 streaming services, out of which I use maybe 2 or 3. That's all. Interesting. I mentioned 6.6 inches. Now, it's this size. This size, and it is triangularly shaped. It's 62 by 60 mm triangle. So it is really small. Something that you hold in your hands. The weight is 430 grams. It's less than 1 pound. It's probably about an iPad mini's weight. Yep, 0.95 pounds. Rated IP67 for protection from dust and water, can be submerged in water for up to 30 minutes. 1 meter of water. So where the Sonos Move was repeatedly, shown in material to be next to the pool at the beach, you can't actually douse the Sonos Move in water. Whereas this guy, you can drop it into the water. It will survive underwater for up to 30 minutes. I don't know how it's going to sound like underwater. I'm not going to try that, but well, maybe for science I will do it. But sound travels faster underwater. It sounds different, but who's going to be listening to music underwater? I don't understand. Yes, but it will be safe if you bring it to the pool and somebody drops it into the pool. No problem at all. Matte finishing, black or white, like the Sonos Move. Top panel features. This is interesting. The buttons, all right, they are slightly raised, slightly embossed, so it's not touch sensitive. So you're going to be handling this speaker a lot. If you have touch sensitive, every time you brush against something, you don't want this music to pause, to play, to actually increase volume or reduce volume just because you accidentally touch it. So the tactile buttons means that they are actually depressible button. You will feel feedback. There's tactile feedback. Click, click, click. All right. When I get a speaker, I'll show you more in details. Or when I have some time to go into the detailed look of the speaker, I'll release it in another video. So if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, do so. And I think the next 1 month is going to be an exciting month. I'm going to get my hands on the speaker and I will really rip this speaker apart and I will test it to no end. New product from Sonos, always a happy thing for me. LED lights, speaker status, microphone status, battery status, and voice feedback. I think there are a total of 3 LED lights, one at the top panel, the other at the top facing the front, and the bottom one for charging. Again, don't have much details now. I haven't touched it physically. I haven't used it physically. When I do, I will be sure to share with you what they all mean. Power and networking. Battery, 10 hours of continuous playback on a single charge. Sleep mode, 10 days standby. Power supply, USB-C port, 15 watts, 5 volts over 3 amps. Now, I would think that this is the charging rate, the charging speed. I'm not sure whether you can actually use the USB-C port at the back to charge another device. They might enable it like the Sonos Move. I'm not very sure. Apparently, when you charge the Sonos Roam using the USB-C port, it's going to be the fastest charging speed. After 1 hour, it will charge the speaker to 50%, and it will take about 2.5 hours to charge it to full from 0 to 100%. So you can charge it with any USB adapter. They provide the USB-C cable, but they don't provide the charger itself. So on the one end is USB-A, the other end is USB-C, which goes into your Sonos Roam. The other end is the USB-A, which is a regular size USB port. You need a charger on the other end to charge this. And for full speed, it needs to be a 5 volt 3 amp capable charger. If you use a wireless Qi charger, it will still work. It just doesn't look very pretty, but just place the speaker on the charger and it will charge. I have one by the side of my bed. I have an embedded Qi charger. I don't think I will get this optional wireless charger because I can just put it next to my bed on my bedstand and it will charge. So we'll see, but it magnetically snaps to the custom wireless charger, and that itself it looks quite cool because if you look at the iPhone 12, that charger is so expensive. I bought it anyway because I thought it's easy, but again, let's see whether I get vain enough to buy this charger or not. So the Sonos Roam also connects to the Wi-Fi network over up to 802.11 AC. So this is a 5 GHz network, no problem. It can stream music with Bluetooth 5.0. It works with AirPlay 2, so multi-room simultaneous play through AirPlay 2 is possible. Now this is the strange part. Operating temperature 5 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. That's up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Sounds pretty low. I mean, any of the Middle Eastern countries in Dubai, if it is hot, you can't use it. I don't know. It could be a mistake. I'm not very sure. Sometimes in Singapore, it rarely gets above 35 degrees, but on the rare occasion, it's 36 degrees Celsius. Anyway, not important. Important one, pricing. Ta-da! Available 20th April. Okay, in United States, blah, 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 all countries, including Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan to follow. Poor Japan. I'm so sorry about that. But, looks like a wide release from the 20th of April onwards. So not too bad. Lunar White, Shadow Black, and that is $169 US. For my friends in Singapore, the price in Singapore at launch will be 299 Singapore dollars, as confirmed by Tak Chuan Acoustics. I'm not sure when the pre-order is starting. Maybe by the time you see this video, the pre-order would have already started at sonos.com. So, if you are excited about this speaker, if you want to take a look at this speaker, really, please just, go crazy, pre-order it. It will deliver by the 20th of April. I hope I will be able to get a test unit, a review unit ahead so that I can do all the necessary testing and share it with you. before you decide whether to buy or not. But if you want the first batch, I would say that you probably have to start pre-ordering now. A lot of people, a lot of Sonos fans are going to be buying this thing because it is not expensive. It's 169. It's priced below the Sonos One SL, and all the fanboys are going to be buying this speaker blind, without testing, without hearing, without ever touching it. So if you want to wait for my review, please do so. I will get a review out as soon as I touch the physical unit itself, and then you can decide for yourself whether you want to buy it or not. But bear in mind that by the time the review is out, it is probably you're not going to make it for the first batch of release, and you probably have to wait a little bit more. Judging from the availability of the Sonos Arc, which was launched last year sometime in June 2020, the popularity was so high that even today, 9 months after launch, there are some places that still can't find their Sonos Arc. So if you really want this guy and it's not very expensive, go ahead, place the pre-order in, buy blind. Worst come to worst, we sell it. I'm sure the demand is still going to be there. Anyway, it's $169. It's even cheaper than Sonos One SL. It has the Bluetooth functionality. I'm beginning to sound like a fanboy. Well, I am, but just go ahead and buy this guy. And if I were you, I'll buy 2 of these guys. Why? Because I always think that stereo imaging is very, very important, and you cannot get away with just, listening to one speaker. You've got 2 years, for goodness sake. Okay, anyway, FAQs, let's say, I've touched on to most of this already. Okay, how does Auto Trueplay work on the Roam? Maybe just this question. Detect what you're playing and measure the frequency response from your surroundings using software, adjusts its EQ, and whenever it's placed in a new location, and it continuously refines the sound while the Roam is stationary. Now, when I try this on the Sonos Move, the Auto Trueplay, it can get quite drastic. Okay, but granted, you don't move the Move around that much because it is pretty heavy and it is portable. All right, you move it from one place to another. But the Roam has a different use case. The Roam, you are walking with it, you are jogging with it, you are moving it around a lot more because it's 1/6 the size of the Move. Now, when you keep continuously changing the location of where it is, and Auto Trueplay keeps kicking in, and if the Trueplay is aggressive enough, it might change the profile continuously, and if you detect that, it could be irritating to listen to. I don't know. Let's see how that works out. Now, okay, I've covered all this. So downloads, let's see. Product images. So if you're going to want to spare me some time, I'm going to go into the product images. Otherwise, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, remember to subscribe. I will be releasing the videos for the review for the Sonos Roam as soon as I get my hands on it. And, well, all the reasons you need to be subscribed to this channel. And I cover Sonos speakers like no one else on YouTube. Okay, so let's look at the images. Here, those are the 4 rubber dots that will stand the Sonos Roam in a horizontal position. And these are the embossed buttons that I was talking about. At the top, there's a mic on-off button. There is a plus/minus volume control and pause play. And here is the front view, top view. This is the cable we're talking about as a right-angled USB-C connector. And the other end is a USB-A connector, which you plug into a regular charger. So those are the white, and this is the black color match cable, and this is the wireless charger, also using a USB-A port. So it doesn't come with the charger, it is just the dock itself. It's magnetic here, so you place your Sonos Roam on this, clicks, starts charging. I think it's more than 2.5 hours to a full charge. So it's probably an overnight charger. Okay, there you have it. That is the Sonos Roam. So let me know in the comment section below whether you are excited about this product, whether this is something that you expected them to be releasing. To me, it is a very important product. The most important product in recent years is actually the Sonos Move, because that was the first Bluetooth product. But this second most important product is actually the result of that product being launched. So they've learned a bit of things. They are now enabling auto Trueplay on both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. They are now a little bit smarter about how people use the Sonos Move, and they've made this a lot smaller. People keep complaining about how big and heavy the Sonos Move is. I think this is, oh God, just look at the size of that. It's barely bigger than, I don't know what phone is that, than a big phone. This is an iPhone for sure. Don't know whether it's the regular size one or the max one, but it looks really small in her hands. This is the part. Oh my God, OCD. I can't see. I can't look at that. Oh, so we're back to it. Okay. I will see you in my next video, and hopefully sometime soon we'll be able to review this guy.